Hey everybody, I want to talk about my BFR again today. It's my 500 mag BFR. You may remember it. I did a video on it. It was Ellipses exclusive. And Magnum Research at the time, I think, told me there had only been 100 of these made. Uh, I don't know if that's still true. They may have done another run of them at this point. Not sure. But I wanted to do a video because I've done a couple things to this gun since that video. And I'm real excited about them. So let me tell you about them. First off, if you remember in that video, I was shooting high, I think, every time. Well, it was because the BFRs have a tendency to have a front sight that is too short. So I got with Two Dogs Custom and had Furman Garza hook me up here with a really nice front sight for this gun. And when you have Mr. Garza do a front sight for you, it really is a one-on-one custom job between the both of you, because he talked to me probably 4 or 5 times over the phone and via email, text, all about this gun, what I was going to use it for, what kind of loads do I shoot, all that kind of stuff. So you also have some choices when you're designing your front sight. I chose to have some ridges right here on the ramp and ridges here on the back of the sight itself to cut down on glare. I also opted for this slant cut across the top of it as opposed to just a flat cut across the top. But it's a really nice front sight, very sturdy. This is metal, it's not plastic at all. I don't know exactly what his machining process is, but I'm pretty sure he mills it and then he'll blues it for you. I put some blue Loctite on here. It's not going anywhere. It's solid. So that's the first thing I did for this gun. And also, just let me add that when I say it's custom, I mean this is custom to this very gun. Because when he first sent me, he just sent me his extra tall sight, and he was like, we'll just start there because we don't really know what height your sight needs to be. So he sent me his extra tall sight, and it was actually too tall. I started shooting low. So what we did was I got a file and I filed it down until I was hitting point of aim. Then I sent him the sight back, and then he recut it, re-ridged it, refinished it, and everything so that it looked brand new again. And so that means this sight is a custom height just for this gun. And the way I did it was I counted the notches from the bottom to the top of this rear sight adjustability, and then I set it dead in the middle, and then sighted the front sight to that. So that gives me the maximum amount of adjustability up and down. If I ever want to change my loads or change the distance that I'm shooting, something like that, I can always play around with it. All right, so that was pretty cool. Furman Garza, Two Dogs Customs. Give this dude a call if you've got a BFR that's shooting too high or too low. Really nice piece. And, for $80, it's really not that bad. Once you get it on here and you're looking at it, you're like, yeah, I don't mind that I paid that much for it. It's actually super nice. And honestly, he should have charged more from the back and forth that we had to do. Because like I said, I had to file it down, send it back. He had to redo it, refinish it, and then send it back to me. It was a back and forth for at least a few weeks, and that was really cool of him. And I talked to Furman a lot about just guns in general. He's very down to earth. He knew Jeff Quinn of gunblast.com. If you are a YouTube gun guy, you know who Jeff Quinn was, Gun Blast. And we talked about him for a little bit. Furman's a really nice guy. The second thing that I did on this gun that I'm really excited about is this holster here. This comes from Diamond D Custom Leather. And you can buy holsters from them, but just off the shelf bespoke holster, or just off the shelf holsters. But this one was actually custom made again for this gun because it was Ellipses exclusive. There's not a lot of them made, so they had to custom make this holster for me. The barrel length on this revolver is 5.75 inches according to Magnum Research. But Diamond D wants you to measure from the front of the cylinder to the muzzle, and if you do that, from the front of the cylinder to the muzzle on this gun is exactly 6 inches. So when I was telling Diamond D about my gun, I had to tell them it's a 6-inch barrel. And they made me this, and I even sent them a picture of my revolver here so that they'd know exactly what they're working with. And what they did for me once they saw the picture is if you notice, this kind of comes up a little bit and over. They did that to make room for Mr. Garza's sight here on the front of the gun. So what you wind up with is a holster that is literally made just for this gun. And it's raised right here to make room for the sight for when I'm drawing it so it doesn't drag. And it's also a custom length for this gun. And it's just this is a super nice holster. It's maybe the nicest holster I've ever owned. But it's suede lined. When the gun goes in, it doesn't really feel like, it feels snug, but it doesn't feel overly tight like a lot of holsters do when you first get them. This just fits like a glove from day one, and it feels super nice. So I can't overstate how smooth and nice the suede inside this holster feels. And as you can see, there's even suede here on the belt loop. It's just a super nice setup right here. This is a really, at this point now that I've got the holster and the sight on here, this is a really nice rig. The only other thing I kind of want to do is I kind of want to get a Diamond D drop loop for this thing. It just lets the gun ride a little bit lower, but it also has some loops for extra cartridges. And I think that would look cool with this gun to have, riding on your hip like this and then have some 500 mag shells riding up above it. Be really neat. But anyway, guys, I wanted to show you all this because I'm really proud of it. I'm really happy with everything on this. I'm happy with that front sight. I'm happy with this holster. Furman Garza, Two Dogs Customs, Diamond D Custom Leather. Call these people, give them a shout out because they did a bang up job on all of this. I've never really had a gun like this. I've had single actions, but I never had one that I was happy with. I'm happy with this one. It shoots great, and that front sight really sets it off, and this holster is really great. And I've got a nice 1791 belt, which is really thick leather just for holding up a heavy gun holster like this. So it's a really good rig, really nice rig. It's got this little spacer here for the trigger guard to rest on when you're carrying it. Really nice. This is so nice. I am ecstatic with the quality of all of this. And honestly, like I said, the front sight was $80. This holster was maybe $150. It's really not that bad when you think about the fact that this is about as high quality as you're going to get for a rig like this. And this was all made to order. This wasn't something I could just go down to my gun store and buy. They had to legitimately hand make this holster in Alaska. Furman Garza had to hand make this front sight down in Texas. So I am just super excited about this. This is something that, can be passed down in my family. It's super nice. I am just ecstatic about it. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Y'all have a great weekend. It's still deer season, at least where I'm at, until about December 17th. I've already got 2 doe. And at this point, I'm just hunting horns. So probably going to go out in the morning and see what's out there. I hope y'all have great luck. Be safe out there. Enjoy your guns. Enjoy your hunting. Enjoy your family. Enjoy the holidays that are coming up. We'll see y'all later.